All right, now, Guido, the teams are getting ready. We came ready today to fry fish here on the coast. And before I forget, I wanted to tell you that we reached 11,000 subscribers, so that's great. Thank you all for being part of this. Newcomers, please subscribe if you'd like to join. If you're already here, tell us how long you've been watching and your location. Today we're going to be preparing, like I said, fried fish here on this coast. We're going to try bottom fishing and, well, let's see what we catch. The river rose a bit because it rained a little yesterday. Later, we'll share highlights of the fishing and the food at the spot. And, well, let's see what comes out today. The first thing we have to do is look for firewood, which will probably be a little damp because it rained. And, well, some stones to build the base so we can put the grill and the pot on top. That's the only thing that isn't a problem. But, well, this is an area with plenty of stones, so it's going to be a bit easier for us, so to speak. Not here, since the mud makes it impossible to go down. But, well, let's look somewhere else and see what we find. There it is. Let's start with a worm. Try it with the bottom catfish, a short shank hook, and see what comes up. Let's go with the first cast.
Sandy just cast. And he already has one, it seems.
He's got one here. This one is safe, Guido.
This one is safe, yes, thank you. That's how we start. Let's bring it over here, just in case, since that's the chicken's intestine.
Careful, here it's gathered. So it can turn around. There it is. That's true.
Now we show it better anyway.
But look, a pirate catfish.
Like this.
Amazing, it only has one eye. So while this one is going to stay, we're going to use it for bait. But I don't know if you've seen one like this. Look, it practically doesn't have an eye. That's crazy, isn't it? Is Guido going to try with the little yellow one we just caught? This one has a worm, and so does the first one I caught. We're going to cast this one out too with a sinker. And we're going to start looking for the rocks I told you about. And then we'll get started with the fire. Hey, all right, Guido just started with the first one. For now, I'll go with him on this one, and I'll take the next one myself, which has to be another one. And it's going to be a bit bigger because I'll show you now so you can prepare, since the wind is affecting the audio. Look, there's that one that Guido's carrying, these two that are going to end up really uneven. And then there's this one right here. This is the one I'm going to carry, so they'll be the same height as those over there. If you're curious, let's try it here. It's completely full of rocks, and, well, if we throw it, it'll basically get stuck, so yeah, that's why. Let's light the fire. There, Guido. The idea is to put the grill up here, and then, well, the pan. So now we need to find firewood. Pile it up here, because, we have to keep the fire constantly burning. And, well, let's see. Looks like Guido started fishing too. Let's see. Surely, Guido, let's see if he stays or not. That little billfish. Oh man, there's like some kind of hole here, right there, and that's exactly where it bites, depending on the hook. Maybe if we try something bigger, we can get a bigger bite. But I don't know, Guido, what do you think? If you want, we can leave it for, let's try it. Let's try it and see what happens. Because we only brought two. Whenever you throw, no matter the distance, bring the firewood here, and you'll see there's ground to throw it on. When they take over, yes. So just imagine it would be nice to try, I don't know, in the afternoon or try at night. With bigger bait and a bigger hook, we could have a chance to catch something much bigger, because if there are holes like that, the thing is, with the variety of hooks we're using now, it's very hard for us to end up catching something big. All right, let's keep looking for the nice and good stuff. We don't have to go crazy because it's pretty much full. What we're doing is looking for some that aren't so wet, so it won't be hard to start the fire once we get it going. Look here. These three trees are already dry, and there's plenty of firewood underneath. Yeah, awesome. Well, I'll leave you with that now. The wind picked up. Wind. It's full of this. It's getting there, man. It was tough because it's wet, but now it's going. Over there, Guido is preparing the fish, which is good. In a little while, we'll heat up the oil well and start with the first ones. All right, let's see if they're still biting now. In a while, we'll try with chicken gut. We'll probably move the hook around to see how it bites with a bit more bait. All right, there it is. Take a look. I had to put that kind of lever on the sides because the stones kept falling back, so that's as straight as I could get it. And well, now we're going to start heating up the oil. The fire turned out really well. Now it's cloudy. As you can see, it's pretty cold. And well, now we're going to try fishing a little more. We focused on the fire since it was hard to start and maintain, but now it's done. So here we have the lemons already prepared. The lemons, we have everything. Here we have the chicken intestines. And now that's it. I'll try it as a main dish and see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna try how the fat tastes because it's getting complicated for us since the firewood isn't making much of a flame and the pot ended up too high. Yeah, well, let's do a test. Yeah, it's good. Well, it seems like it is. So let's start with the smaller ones we just took out, and then we'll go for the bigger ones that we've already recorded. Here we go first. Now, once we take this out, we're gonna put the last part on the fire, right where we recorded. The wind picked up completely. Look, it got really cloudy. Just look at how cloudy it got. So it got super cold. And what we're going to do with the fishing is we're going to try to keep testing. We're going to keep changing the bait and, well, hope the weather helps us a bit because With this cold, it gets really tough, so we brought 2 rods that we had stored away. Last time to fry them, and well, those 2 we caught, they're right there too. Let's see how they turned out. They arrived in great condition. A must have. We ended up waiting for the others to finish, but with how cold it is, we ended up waiting. Doesn't the fish get too cold? Yes, yes, yes. Well, there he has another catch while we were waiting for the last one. Part. Amazing little billfish. Hot oil. My street had some good catches, but then we started having mate. I tried again with Lombras and got some great bites, but I was checking this, so I couldn't. Now, after this trip, check it out. There's the noise. Since we've already eaten, it was saved. Chow was really good. Comrade. Goodbye, comrade. Well, before I stay with the doubt, I'm gonna go look. What's over there where those trees are? While we were with Guido, we noticed a lot of bird activity. Why is that? As you already know, the biwa or those things are found where there's water, so I'm gonna go check. Maybe it connects to a stream or something. So, well, I invite you to come with me. Let's explore and see what we find. There's a long line of trees along the shore, so something must be there. Well, I'm following this sort of path, which is probably made by animals, so I'm going to see. Let's see. I'm going to get closer over here to see if there's a stream or something. Here, it seems there is, because since it ends up going down there, let's see, man. Seems like everything is dry, but well, there's a path here. So, well, let's go check it out over here. Let's see where I'm going to end up. Ah, but it's all full of mud. What a shame. But if you notice, for those who usually go to streams or places like this is clearly a huge stream. Because there's no water, it's dry. Still, I'm going to try to. If nothing else, I'll keep going and see where it leads, since it must end somewhere. People are coming closer because look at this firewood. The pot is ready. So I don't know, man, if I should keep going down this path or what. The mud blocked me, so I'll try again later. I don't know if he likes the idea of me going and exploring all the way to the end to see what it connects with. If you're interested, let me know in the comments for next time. I'll likely know what's coming. And well, to explore everything, but amazing, honestly, an incredible place to fish or to prepare something. I was curious but couldn't enter due to mud, so I'll return to check it out. How's the fishing at Antevito? I'll tell you now. It's so nice here to try the Dorado. I don't have much space to cast, but if I stand here, I think I need to take a test, so yeah. I'm grabbing a lure from over there to make a few casts and see what happens. Yeah, up to here, something's working. Well, like I told you, let's try a few casts with this Dorado lure, so... Let's try it for a while, right? If the tobo doesn't get us from below, we're fine. Nothing else happened, like I said. The water cooled, everything cooled, and things got complicated. We have to try there among the standing ones. The gradillos often attack in that area. In the end, I ended up getting the lure stuck, so I couldn't keep fishing. Well, it was almost certain that I was going to end up getting it stuck. But well, that's how fishing is. It's a matter of trying. If we don't try, we'll never catch anything, but oh well. So, without anything else to say, as always, we thank you for staying until the end. Thanks for watching, thanks for being a part of this, and well, until next time, everyone.
For buying or selling fishing gear, visit Interpesca. Com A, R, no commissions, no middlemen. Interpesca. From Argentina, the website for the fishing and outdoor lovers community on the internet.